All right, welcome back, everybody, to Vulnerabilities, and you know what time it is.
Time for WP Safe Block,
That's right, the WP is safe block.
where we dive deep into WordPress vulnerabilities.
Exactly, but, all you listeners out there are security pros, so...
Yeah, we don't need to do that whole MITRE, ATT, and CK 101 again.
Exactly, we can skip the 101, head straight for the juicy trends.
We're going to be looking at the latest WordPress vulnerabilities, finding the patterns so you can stay ahead of the game.
Yeah, stay 2 steps ahead of all those bad guys.
So it's not just a laundry list of vulnerabilities. It's more like
Like a what?
almost like a vulnerability autopsy, dissecting it.
Ooh, I like that, vulnerability autopsy. Okay, so first up on the slab, we've got the JS Help Desk plugin.
Oh, yeah.
And this one's kind of a head-scratcher,
Yeah.
It's insecure data storage.
Insecure data storage.
Attackers could just stroll right in.
Yeah, just walk right in and download the files.
From that WP content uploads JSupport ticket data directory.
It's almost too easy.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder, what were they thinking when they built this?
Right, didn't they think about security?
Secure file storage and access control should be step one, right?
Yeah, it's Security 101.
But sometimes it's I don't know, people forget.
It's like leaving your server room door wide open with a giant neon sign that says free data.
Literally.
All right, speaking of leaving the door wide open, let's move on to the Avada Builder plugin vulnerability.
Yeah, the Avada Builder.
And this one's all about, get this, arbitrary code execution.
Oh, boy.
Through, wait for it, improperly sanitized shortcodes.
Shortcodes, yeah.
Shortcodes.
They seem so harmless.
They do. They really do.
They really do. But they can be a real backdoor if developers aren't careful.
A backdoor. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, and this vulnerability is essentially giving the attackers the keys to the kingdom.
Oh, wow.
They can execute code. They can potentially take over the whole site, wreak havoc.
It really shows how these little features, these simple features that seem so harmless,
Yeah.
can become huge security holes.
Absolutely.
If they're not properly secure.
If you're not careful, yeah.
Yeah, and, this is a good reminder for anyone out there building WordPress sites, building plugins, sanitize those inputs.
Sanitize, sanitize, sanitize.
Sanitize, sanitize, sanitize. It can't be said enough.
Right.
All right, speaking of escalating vulnerabilities, we've got the campus theme issue.
Uh-oh.
And this one takes us to local file inclusion.
We're getting into the big leagues now.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah, local file inclusion is giving the attackers that VIP backstage past your whole system.
Oh, wow, the whole thing.
The whole thing. They can read sensitive files. They can get into your databases. They can basically do whatever they want.
Yeah, it's a critical vulnerability.
It needs to be addressed ASAP.
Absolutely, no kidding.
Right.
And the hits just keep on coming.
Oh, no.
We got the puzzles theme, and this one got yanked, pulled straight from the repository.
Oh, wow, really?
Pulled because of a PHP object injection vulnerability.
Those are always tricky.
They are, and they always make me think of those Russian nesting dolls.
Yeah.
You open one up.
Layers upon layers of problems.
You got another one and another one.
Exactly.
And who knows what's in the very center.
And with PHP object injection, it's the initial exploit might not be too bad, but it's what they can do afterwards that's really scary.
Right, what comes next?
Yeah, it all depends if there are any pop chains lurking about.
Pop chains, now those are bad news, right?
Those are not good. Basically, those are sequences of little exploitable functions that the attackers can chain together to make a bigger mess.
So it's not just fixing the one vulnerability. You've got to be thinking about...
You got to think about the bigger picture.
Yeah, the deeper problems.
The potential for things to get much worse.
Right. It feels like playing whack-a-mole sometimes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You patch one thing.
Another one pops up.
Another one pops up over there.
That's security for you.
It's the never-ending battle, right?
It's a constant game of cat and mouse, so developers need to be proactive, not reactive.
Proactive, I like that.
Secure coding practices, regular audits, and a really good understanding of the different ways attackers might try to get in.
Knowing your enemy.
Exactly.
Right. So the big takeaway for our listeners today is that analyzing these vulnerabilities, it's not just about knowing what it is.
It's about understanding the why.
Yeah, the why.
Why is this vulnerability here? What mistakes were made? What can we learn from this so it doesn't happen again?
Exactly. If we think critically about these vulnerabilities,
yeah,
we can build a more secure WordPress ecosystem.
Absolutely. So keep your security scalpel sharp, everybody. Stay vigilant.
Love it. Great advice. Thanks for joining us for another WP Safe Block.
It was a pleasure.
And stay tuned. We'll have more vulnerability autopsies coming to your ears soon.
Coming soon.
All right. Take care, everyone.
See you next time.